Bueno waphakathi. Benonganga izindaba. Ligama lami Neal Rijkenberg. Ngithuthile le mhlambanyathi nyalo ngiyahlala le Madolini, Shiselweni 2, inkundla yami ngwenyama. Sikhulu sami Chief Patricia Lushaba, induna yami David Zwane. Your Majesty, if I can continue in English, please, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, firstly, thank you for during the last 5 years, the stability that you gave this country, during all the problems that we went through, Your Majesty, we thank you for. And we appreciate, Your Majesty, the stability you gave us. Your Majesty, we appreciate the Sibaya, we appreciate the elections that took place now, Your Majesty. Thank you for that. Thank you for the Prime Minister you've given us, Your Majesty. And thank you, Your Majesty, personally for making me a senator. I'll do my best to serve my king and country as best I can. Your Majesty, if I can touch on where my opinion is on what we need to focus on as an economy. Your Majesty, our biggest problems, in my opinion, are two, is poverty and unemployment. We have other problems, Your Majesty, but these two are the major problems often causing a lot of the ripple effects in the other issues. Your Majesty, the principle of trying to fix these two, there's a lot of small things one can do, but the main thing, Your Majesty, to fix these is to grow the economy, Your Majesty. On the principle that when the tide comes in, all the boats rise in the tide. Your Majesty, at the moment, before 2018, the GDP growth was around 2% for about 20 years. In the last 5 years, it grew to an average of about 4%, Your Majesty, which is still not enough to be able to actually pull us out of the problems that we have, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, my view on what we need to do is, first of all, Your Majesty, we need to really focus on the projects that are taking a long time to finish, Your Majesty. We need to make sure that we finish the ICC. In 2024, we can finish the ICC. We then need to focus on finishing the 5-star hotel. We need to finalize Lucid Phase 2. We need to make sure Mkondo Ngavuma goes according to the plan. In about 4.5 years, actually have the first Phase 1 finalized of that, Your Majesty. We need to finish the Data Recovery Center, Your Majesty. We need to make sure the Biotechnology Park is finished, Your Majesty. We need to be able to make sure that the electricity line we're putting in from Hlangano to Mesa is finalized, the water projects. Get these we are doing too many projects, and we need to finish the ones that we have and finish them quicker. We normally take too long, Your Majesty, in finishing these projects, causing huge cost overruns. Your Majesty, then the second main thing is actually for us to be able to utilize the assets that we have. We have wonderful assets in our country, Your Majesty, that you've personally been involved with getting going. Data center, the airport, Your Majesty, biotechnology park, and obviously these ones that will be finished now, Your Majesty. We need to use these and spend energy, time, and efforts getting them to run at potential. If the ICC can run at potential, it's got phenomenal opportunity to grow the economy. Lastly, Your Majesty, the sleeping economic giant in our country, Your Majesty, is the better use of Eswatini nation land. At the moment, half of our terraced agriculture land in the country is not being used. When we use it, we're planting maize, Your Majesty, and it's just not as economical as it could be. I really believe, Your Majesty, we need to go back to the drawing board, come with a strong strategic plan on how do we take better advantage and how do we grow the economy through using agriculture on Eswatini nation land. Bayethu, wena waphakathi.